Hey there, it's Sun, Aries, Moon, Aries, Rising. It's Maggie. Welcome to Moon That Waters. I am so happy you guys decided to stop by and hang out with me this last week of the year. We are finishing up 2021 and moving into 2022. 2022 carries with it a heavy energy of divine partnership, really working with, collaborating with our soulmates. So it could be your children, it could be your pets, it could be coworkers, it could be a significant other, it could be any number of those things, but there is a need for really finding our soul tribe this year coming up. And so I want to encourage you, when you are considering what your New Year's resolutions are, that you keep in mind that in order to bring in the kind of partnership that you're looking for, that it's important that you kind of focus your energy on how you want that partnership to look. So we start off this week with the moon in Libra. And that moon in Libra is in your 7th house partnership, and it's going to trine Saturn in Aquarius. And Saturn in Aquarius wants to have, it wants to think about how the structure is that we're building. And we're going through all this energy this week. This week is big energy around making choices and decisions based on what it is that we really truly want, leading up to that new moon that's happening at the end of the week, planting those seeds of intention. And a lot of clarity is going to come in, I think, next week. But this week, it is about it. The way they showed it to me is you're like walking down a hallway. And there's all these doors, and some of them are already open because you've already been in there. You know what's in there. And so some of those you need to close. Like, that doesn't work for you. Some of them you leave open. But then other ones, have you taken a look to see what's in there? Check that one out. Do you want that? And I think it's a process of eliminating what doesn't work so that you get the clarity next week between a few choices to know where it is that you want to go. But to start off with this energy, with the moon in Libra, it has this great socializing energy on Tuesday. Between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there is a time zone calculator in the description box below because I can't do that. But there's this energy about generally feeling good about how things are falling into place, and this opportunity to really socialize or network. And I think the networking and the socializing that you're going to do will be kind of how do you repair a few relationships? You have clean it up and mending. And so you could be cleaning up after a party. You could be straightening out your house. It could definitely be that. But if it is about partnerships, I think that there might be a couple conversations that might need to be had. Done with kindness and compassion for yourself and for others, in order to create this. The energy is very supportive, this warmth. It feels like warmth in the heart space. And so it might be a really great opportunity to have those difficult conversations. It could be with family members, right? Because we're doing a lot of socializing. There's opportunities to really mend some fences if you so desire to do that. Tuesday evening, afternoon, it's 4:16 p.m. The moon is going to move into Scorpio, and in the evening at 11:09 p.m., Jupiter is going to move into Pisces, and that's its other home sign. Jupiter is at home in Sagittarius and in Pisces. This is a big energetic shift. We go from this fun, social, holiday spirit into going down a little deeper and really getting into what it is that we want to do for ourselves, what is important to us. We have Mercury conjunct Venus at 24 degrees of Capricorn, and Pluto's right there at like 25, 26 degrees. Mercury is now in shadow, so it's going to cross over this point again. Venus is going to cross over this point again because she's in retrograde, and then when she comes back forward. So this is a point, this 24 degrees, where there is a lot happening. Anywhere in your chart where you have this 24, 25 degrees, this is important. So if you have it in an initiating sign in year 1, so in Aries, if you have any planets or placements there, in Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn, or an earth sign, Taurus, or Virgo, this energy there in that neighborhood, it feels like a little bit bigger, but not that big of an area. So maybe 2 or 3 degrees on either side. And this area is going to be really about what it is that you're trying to create, to manifest. And there is a need to start whittling it down. Make a decision. So, feeling stuck or indecisive? Listen to your intuition and make a decision. The moon is going to oppose Uranus on Wednesday. And that creates a T-square because we've got them squaring off with Saturn. And so the moon and Uranus are like, how do you feel about this change you want to make? And Saturn's like, change is good, but we need structure. And all those planets at Capricorn say we need structure around this change. This is a big theme this week. It's a big theme probably through January. But the energy supports it. Change is going to happen. The question is, are you going to initiate it? Are you going to manifest and create what you want? Or are you going to be caught up in the change that others are making with very little opportunity for input? It's kind of up to you. So, the moon is going to move into Sagittarius at 8:08 p.m. on Thursday. Again, we have the double digits. The double digits show up so much this week. The twos are so strong. There's double digit 3 for the time for the new moon, and we have this double digit 8 as the moon moves into Sagittarius. And so this feels like a divine invitation to self-mastery. What are you willing to stand up for yourself? What changes are you willing to create and manifest in your life? Where are you willing to put in the hard work? Hard work is going to be required. Earlier when I was doing I do the dailies over on Facebook, so you should check those out. What they showed me was get in the flow, but it's not like the lazy river where you're on a raft and you get to flow along there. You need to be in a kayak and you're going to have to paddle. But you are paddling downstream as opposed to paddling upstream, but there are rapids and there are obstacles. You're going to have to learn how to paddle a kayak on some whitewater rapids. You might get dumped over. You're just going to have to drag your little kayak over to the shore, flip it over, get the water out, and then get back in and try again. It takes persistence. It takes consistency. This is a year. But, okay, wow. All right, so this is interesting. When you go to turn over a kayak, it's always easier to dump the water out if there's two people doing it. So, again, that divine partnership coming into play. You might be in your own kayak, but don't kayak alone. Where are you finding that partnership? Wow, that's cool. All right. So the moon in Sagittarius is going to sextile with Saturn. Again, Saturn's a big player because it rules Capricorn where all the planets are hanging out, and all these other planets keep having to talk to Saturn. This is a year where we create the structure, and so sextile is the energy of choice. And then right after that, the moon is going to conjunct with Mars. So Mars has just recently had this conversation too. They're ready to take action. You're going to feel it. There's some place in your life where you're ready to take action, where you want to create some order out of chaos. And this is an opportunity to really make this happen for you. Okay, your spirit guide team really wants you to know how freaking bored they are. Please ask them for help. This is the cutest thing. They're all like standing there going, I actually saw a couple of them going. Okay, so they're bored. If you ask them to help, then they can. But because you have free will, they can't unless you ask. So you have to ask. What are they going to do? How are they going to help? I'm not sure. The idea is to know what it is that you want and then ask them to help you figure out how to navigate to get there. How to navigate around the obstacles, how to have what you need brought into you, how to figure things out. So you have finding sanctuary, open to your spiritual source. If you don't have a meditation practice, how about you make that one of your New Year's resolutions? Even if it's 2 to 3 minutes a day, where you just sit and allow yourself to not think. To be in the dark, to not have to know, to not have to decide, to just be in that space where you know you are guided and you are protected, and you can rest there in your sanctuary, knowing that everything is falling into place the way it's supposed to. Yes, you're going to have to work hard. Yes, you're going to have to paddle. Yes, you're going to have to do all these things. But then when you get down that waterfall, right, and you go around the bend, the water's smooth, and for a moment you get to catch your breath. And so there you are in the silence. Make space for you to be in the silence on a very regular, I would like to say daily basis. 2 or 3 minutes. You know, maybe the only place you find those 2 or 3 minutes is in the shower in the morning. That's your time. You know, just be regular with it. Be consistent. All right, so the moon moves into Capricorn at 6:02 p.m. on the 1st. And so Happy New Year. This is a year we're going to get down to business right away because that new moon is at 1:33 p.m. So there's that double threes. That's Empress energy times 2. This is why I feel like it has to do with collaboration. Also, 2 plus 2 plus 2. We have 3 2s. So again, Empress energy and the collaboration and the group dynamic. And it's happening at 12 degrees and 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Again, a 2. So there's all this energy around working collaboratively with someone. Plant your seeds of intention. From 1:03 p.m. to 2:03 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there's a Cazimi moon. Schedule on Sunday your downtime to sit down and write out your intentions, your desires for like the next decade. What's the big ask? Capricorn energy doesn't bring it in right away. It requires dedication and consistency and persistence. You are at least 1.5 years away from seeing exactly everything you want come in, because that's when that new moon will be a full moon. That being said, the change energy right now is so intense that the changes we make now are long lasting. Like really will impact and affect what's going on for like the next 10 years. And I can't stress enough that should you choose not to take action, that is a decision. That is a decision. If you decide not to do anything, that's a decision. And you could be stuck. You could be stuck in that place where you are right now. Or you can decide to make a change, and you don't need to know how you're going to get there. You don't need to know what's up around the bend. You just have to decide what direction you're moving in and allow yourself to get in flow. So you are being encouraged to pay attention to the cycles. Wow, that's a lot of cards. Are you sure? To pay attention to the cycles. Okay, so here we have Honor Gaia. We have this phoenix that's sitting here on a branch of a tree that has a waterfall. It is the energy of creating something new. But get out in nature, spend some time. That could be the quiet time. We have embraced the feminine. That is that energy that I said, that Empress energy. The opportunity to grow something. And we have protect the wild and the green. But when I look at this, it's the Empress energy. And she's holding a truth sword. The clarity. The clarity is coming in next week on January 8th. If you're ready for it, you're going to know what to do with it. So we have here the new moon in Pisces attuned to the divine. Finding sanctuary. Getting really in touch with your spirit guide team so that they can help you. So they can be there for you. So they can show you what's next and what's new. Ooh, there's all these waterfalls. Look at this. If you want to know how to get down those waterfalls, how to navigate through the changes, you be in flow with the cycles. And the moon is all about cycles. Okay. So you're being asked to accept who you are. I had a boss that used to call it the good, the bad, and the ugly. I don't think there's any such thing as the good, the bad, and the ugly. Things just are what they are. You are who you are. There are things you're better at than the other things. In life, I find that when we lean into our skill set and we minimize the things that we're not so great at, where we go, I see that, I'm not great at that, so I'm not going to push myself. For instance, I'm dyslexic. I have a lot of books. I have a huge library of stuff that I will hopefully one day actually make my way through all the stuff. But because of my dyslexia, I have to work with that energy. So I trust that when I open up the book, I'm going to read what I need to read that day. Because I can only read for a few minutes before it's too much. Like my brain can't. Okay? So I don't stop reading because I'm dyslexic. I never stopped, I don't let it stop me, but I recognize I can't do it. I'm super tired. I can't do my bills if I'm tired. There's things I recognize, okay? So bill paying has to happen in the morning, well, like 11 a.m. when I'm really awake, but fresh on the day still. It's like I have to work with what I've got. So take a look at that. How can you use those things? What are you really good at? What do you really want to do? Create from that space. Lean into it. So there's an acceptance. We have the bee here. And so, yes, you're going to be busy accepting what is. And so a really great way to handle that is I see the situation. What is my best way to navigate it? What is my best way over this waterfall? Right? Because you have understanding. And again, I think this is understanding what your gifts are, what your strengths are, and where it is that you have to create space for managing it, right? But look, you have awareness and achievement. Your ability to tune in and recognize what's going on around you, your ability to be aware of what is the situation, what are your strengths, what are the areas that need a little extra help. When you, and ask, oh my God, again, ask, they keep saying ask for help and guidance, but when you do that, that is when the achievement comes in. You will achieve and attain your goals. If you're consistent, persistent, if you have an awareness of the situation, if you're willing to take a higher vantage point. This clean it up could be simply clearing off your desk space so you could see what it is you've got going on. Clearing out your life space. Where are you expending too much energy that's not bringing in a return? Are you the super mom, but you don't have 5 minutes in the shower to yourself? How can you manage that? Maybe depending on what the age group is. So maybe you make an arrangement with your significant other, like I need, this time, or the kids are in school, maybe you can cut back on how much you're volunteering to do things, or maybe your kids don't need to be after school busy every day doing all those kinds of things, So take a look around. It's a matter of managing your resources in a very effective way, and it comes from an awareness of what's going on and understanding that you have some limited resources, and then you have some limitless gifts. How do you put this all together? It's the structure and it's the order that we are being asked to really look at right now. Great opportunities this year. Really great opportunities. All right. I just want to say they're doubling down on the achievement. Okay, so you have the achievement. Plant your seeds of intention, do the work, lean into it, okay? We have for your fortune cookie card, achievement. Enjoy the limelight. You've earned it, although on the family front, someone's health could cause some secret worries and sleepless nights. Managing your time and your resources. You can do it all. There's a need to understand that your physical body has some limitations. And so how can you accommodate that? As a soul, on the soul level, you are limitless. Inside this little body, we have some limitations. So there's a need to manage and to discern and decide and to prioritize. You have a very exciting year ahead of you. Aries, please tell me in the comment section below, what are you working toward? Give me a little information about where you guys are headed. What is your New Year's resolution? And I want to say your new you resolution, because this is a big energetic shift. All right, you guys take good care. I'll talk to you soon.